Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The desire to get better. Today, I want to talk to you about something so simple yet so profound, the desire to get better. We all have dreams, aspirations, and a vision of who we want to become. But here's the truth: the journey toward getting better is not always smooth. It is often filled with obstacles, challenges, and moments when we feel like giving up. Yet, it's in those moments of struggle that we discover who we truly are. I'm standing before you today not because life has been easy for me, but because I made a decision to get better. Every day we are faced with a choice to stay where we are or to push ourselves, even when it feels like the whole world is telling us to stop. It is easy to look at our weaknesses, our limitations, and let them define us. It's tempting to settle into a comfort zone, to tell ourselves that this is just how it is, and there's nothing more we can do. We often get caught up in the idea of perfection, believing that unless something is flawless, it isn't worth doing at all. Society feeds us the message that success is synonymous with being perfect, but the truth is far from that. Progress is what truly matters. Perfection is a moving target, always just out of reach, but progress is something we can control and build upon every single day. When we focus too much on being perfect, we set ourselves up for frustration and disappointment. We may be afraid to try new things, afraid of making mistakes, or afraid of not living up to our own or others' expectations. But in the process of chasing perfection, we forget that it's the small steps of improvement that lead to true success. Perfection doesn't allow room for learning, growth, or creativity. It demands everything be done the right way, the first time, every time. And when we inevitably fall short of that unrealistic standard, we often give up, feeling defeated. In contrast, progress encourages us to keep going, even when things don't go as planned. Every time we make a mistake, we learn. Every time we face a setback, we build resilience. Progress means we are constantly moving forward, even if it's just a small step at a time. Each small victory builds momentum and helps us grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. We may not be where we want to be yet, but as long as we're moving forward, we're on the right path. Focusing on progress also frees us from the weight of comparison. If we are constantly comparing ourselves to others, especially those who seem to have it all together, we forget that everyone's journey is unique. What matters is not where others are, but where we are in our own journey. Progress is personal. And it's not about competing with anyone else, it's about becoming the best version of ourselves. The pursuit of perfection can paralyze us, while the pursuit of progress propels us forward. The key is to shift our mindset from aiming for flawless execution to celebrating the growth, the effort, and the improvements we make along the way. It's about moving from "I must be perfect" to "I am doing my best, and my best is enough." Progress is what makes us stronger, wiser, and ultimately successful. Embracing challenges is a fundamental part of growth, yet many of us avoid them at all costs. We tend to shy away from difficult situations, fearing that failure or hardship will set us back. But what if we flip that perspective? What if instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, we saw them as stepping stones to becoming better versions of ourselves? Life's challenges are not roadblocks, they are opportunities in disguise, waiting to teach us valuable lessons. Challenges are uncomfortable, and that discomfort is where growth happens. When we push ourselves beyond our comfort zones, we expand our potential. The truth is, the greatest breakthroughs in life come not from smooth, easy paths, but from overcoming adversity. Every challenge we face forces us to adapt, think differently, and develop new skills. It pushes us to dig deeper, find solutions, and be resourceful. This is where our resilience is born, where we prove to ourselves that we can handle much more than we ever thought possible. It's easy to fall into the trap of wishing life were simpler or that the road to success was without bumps. But it's the bumps, the detours, and the hurdles that build our character. Without them, we would never know our true strength. They help us develop grit, the kind of determination that allows us to keep moving forward even when the going gets tough. It's through challenges that we learn to persevere, to keep going even when it seems like there's no way forward. Challenges also offer us the chance to discover our true capabilities. When everything is going smoothly, we rarely push ourselves to our limits. It's only when we face obstacles that we are forced to think creatively, to problem solve in ways we never have before. In this process, we uncover hidden strengths and abilities. We surprise ourselves with what we can achieve, proving to ourselves that we are much more capable than we believed. Instead of running from challenges, we should lean into them. Embracing them head on is the only way to unlock our full potential. Each challenge we overcome adds another layer to our growth, building a foundation of confidence, wisdom, and strength. So, the next time you face a difficulty, don't retreat. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it shape you into the person you are meant to be. Consistency is key to success, yet it's often one of the most overlooked aspects of achieving greatness. Many people start strong, filled with enthusiasm and energy, but that initial momentum fades away when the novelty of the challenge wears off. It's easy to get excited about a new project or goal, but it's the ability to keep going when things become routine or difficult that truly determines success. Progress doesn't come from bursts of effort, it comes from consistent small actions taken over time. When we focus on consistency, we stop waiting for the perfect moment or the right time to act. We understand that success doesn't require everything to align perfectly. It simply requires showing up, putting in the work, and doing what needs to be done day after day. The power of consistency lies in its cumulative effect. It's the small, seemingly insignificant actions that, when repeated consistently, lead to remarkable results. In any area of life, whether it's fitness, learning, or building a career, consistency compounds. The first steps may seem insignificant and the progress may feel slow, but each step is building towards something greater. The key is not to get discouraged by the pace. It's easy to look at others who may seem further along and think we aren't making enough progress. But what we fail to see is the years of consistent effort behind their success. It's the quiet, daily commitment to improvement that creates lasting change. Consistency is also what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. It's not that successful people are more talented or have better circumstances. It's that they have learned to keep going even when it gets hard. They have developed the habit of showing up, of working through the challenges, of putting in the effort regardless of how they feel. On the surface, it may appear as though they have overnight success, but in reality, they've been putting in the work day after day, long before anyone noticed. When you commit to being consistent, you start to build a routine, a rhythm that supports your goals, and over time, you begin to see the results of your persistence. Consistency doesn't demand perfection, it simply requires the discipline to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may be. Believing in your potential is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. We often doubt our abilities, thinking that we are not capable of achieving the things we dream of. This self-doubt can come from past failures, fear of judgment, or comparing ourselves to others who seem more successful. However, the truth is that your potential is not limited by what you have experienced in the past or by the successes of others. It is shaped by your willingness to believe in yourself and take action towards your goals, no matter how big or small. Believing in your potential means trusting that you are capable of learning, growing, and overcoming the obstacles in your path. It's about knowing that setbacks do not define you, but instead they are opportunities for you to build strength and resilience. When you believe in your potential, you stop focusing on the limitations and start focusing on the possibilities. You realize that the only thing holding you back is your own belief in what you can achieve. When you embrace the idea that anything is possible, you open yourself up to growth, learning, and progress. This belief is essential because without it, the journey toward your goals becomes far more difficult. Without belief, fear becomes a paralyzing force, stopping you before you even try. You may question whether you're good enough, whether you have the skills or the experience, and whether success is really within your reach. But when you believe in your potential, those questions shift. You begin to ask yourself, what can I do today to take one step closer to my goal? Instead of being paralyzed by fear, you become empowered by possibility. Believing in your potential also means recognizing your worth. No one else can define your value except for you. Too often we let the opinions of others shape how we see ourselves. But when you know your worth and believe in your abilities, you stop letting the judgments and criticisms of others hold power over you. You begin to take ownership of your journey, knowing that the path you walk is yours and yours alone. When you believe in your potential, you create the space for greatness to unfold. You stop waiting for someone else to validate your dreams and instead you take action. You realize that belief in yourself is not just a feeling, it's a mindset, way of approaching life that opens doors and invites opportunities.